Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So it has been a long time since I made a video and I'm very sorry. If you follow me on Twitter, you kind of know the deal. It's been a really rough past couple of weeks. Last week was literally the worst week of my life. Like, I've never been so overwhelmed and so stressed out. I'm just going to spare you all the boring details right now, but just know that it has not really been my choice to not make videos. Once I get out of school and stuff, it will start calming down and I'll be able to get back on my regular schedule. I mentioned on Twitter a while back that I wanted to do makeup tutorials for prom. Like, a lot of people on here just do just universal makeup looks for prom, which is awesome. I think that's a really good idea and I want to do that. But I also wanted to do makeup tutorials on like different colored looks so that, you know, if you want to individualize it, you can. I think you need to like pick a color in your dress or pick your color dress and put it on your eyelids and your eyeballs. So today's prom look is, I don't know if you would call this universal or more like personalized for a dress color. It's got a pop of like a teal in there, but it's also got some neutral shades. It's got like a maroon and we got some warm colors. I think it's going to look good with a lot of different colored dresses and it's going to look good on every skin tone, every eye color. And as usual, you do not have to wear this just on prom. You can wear it anytime. Like, everyone says, oh, you gotta wear daytime appropriate makeup. You don't wear a lot of makeup during the day. I'm just like, you know what? Biatch, please. But yeah, I'm using some of my favorite newfound products, so you guys are going to get to see that in action. I will post pictures of my prom in here somewhere because the first year my mom actually did my makeup and it was absolutely horrible. No offense, Mom. And then my second prom, I had my hairstylist do it and that was a worse disaster than the first year. Like, I understand why people go and get their makeup done for prom because it's like you're really nervous, you're under a lot of pressure, and it's just kind of, it's so stressful. Like, that's why I'm trying to get up these looks early before prom starts, so that if you do want to recreate this look, you can go out and get these products or order them online and you have enough time to kind of practice and work with it and stuff, so that when prom does come, you're not like, oh my god, I don't know what to do, what do I do? I just want you guys to be as stress-free as possible. So before I get into the tutorial, make sure you guys follow me on Instagram. All my social media links are below. I've really been dedicated to Instagram and I absolutely love it. I pretty much created my own little like beauty blog, so make sure you follow me on there. So if you guys want to see how to get the look that I'm wearing, then please keep watching. Okay guys, so I'm here, my hair's back, it is hot as hell, so I had to get it off my neck and my chest and my face. I've already applied some tape to the outer edge of my eye and I lined it directly up with the lower lash line. I've also already done my brows and I did do a little bit differently because I wanted to be a little more of a dramatic eyebrow, which you can do a natural eyebrow, it's whatever you want to do. But I used the Anastasia Dipbrow in Taupe and that's all I used. I didn't really show it because all I did was outline it and then fill it in, but I didn't fill it in as much in the inner part of the eyebrow just because I wanted to be a little more natural. If you don't want to use the Anastasia Dipbrow where you want to stay in the drugstore, you could go with the NYX Micro Brow Pencil, and then I like to top that with this Sephora Transparent Brow Gel. I've also already applied a moisturizer, but make sure when you're putting on makeup for any kind of event where you're going to be taking photos, avoid products with SPF in it because that will have a flashback in photos and stuff. I also already applied eye primer so that it could be setting and it wouldn't be tacky when I went in with my eyeshadow, and I'm using the NYX City Proof 24-Hour Eye Primer. I wanted to use this one because I really do like this one. I don't like it, I don't think, as much as I do my Essence I Love Stage eyeshadow base. But if you don't have an Ulta or anything around you where you can't pick up the Essence one, the NYC is sold at drugstores and Walmarts everywhere. I will leave every single product I'm using in the description box below, so make sure you check that out. But I'm going to zoom you guys in and we're going to go ahead and get started. So first I'm going to go in with Makeup Geek Creme Brulee as my transition shade and just apply this directly in the crease. Next, I'm going to go with Makeup Geek Cocoa Bear and a little tiny fluffy brush from Coastal Scents. I'm just going to add this to the socket of the crease just to kind of deepen things up a little bit and add a little warmth, but I'm not going up as high as I did with the Creme Brulee. I'm going to go in with Makeup Geek Bitten, which is a really pretty matte, kind of like purpley maroon shade. I'm just going to apply this all over the eyelid from the just about the inner corner to the outer corner, and then kind of dragging it in the crease a little bit. Okay, so once I have that, I'm going to go back in with the fluffy brush that I used with Cocoa Bear and just blend the crease so there's not any harsh edges or anything. You guys know the drill. I pretty much go in and blend after every single step. Okay, so now I'm going with just a matte black, and this one's kind of stuck in my Z palette, but I'm using the Wet n Wild shade right here. This is a matte black in Panther. And I'm just going to add this directly to the outer V just to kind of deepen it up when I go in with my main eyeshadow. I just want there to be a little more dimension and depth instead of it all being one color. Okay, so now for that really pretty pop of color, I'm going to go in with Makeup Geek Houdini, which is a foiled eyeshadow. This is such a beautiful, unique shade. It's kind of like a teal green. Take that on a flat shadow brush. And a lot of people say you don't have to spray these, but I really like the intensity it gives when you spray it. So I'm going to go with e.l.f. Makeup Mist and Set. And then I'm going to go in and pat that all over the eyelid. And yeah, like I said, this is a foiled shadow, so you are going to get that really nice metallic sheen. I just personally like to vamp it up a little bit and add a little more intensity by spraying it. Plus, I feel like it makes it stick a little bit better, but I still think it's really, really good. So now I'm going to go back in with my blending brush. This is just the one I use for Cocoa Bear, and just blend it a little bit more. And then I'm going to go back in with the brush I use with Bitten, and with no extra product, I'm just going to go directly in the socket of the crease and just make sure I still have that really pretty maroon shade there. Next, I'm going to go with Makeup Geek Mermaid, which is a really, really gorgeous teal with like gold iridescence. It's so pretty. It's kind of like a light blue as well. And I'm also going to take that on a flat shadow brush and spray some e.l.f. Makeup Mist and Set. And I'm just going to pat this right on the center of the lid just to kind of make it pop a little more in the center. I'm just going to pat that right in the center. And just, oh, it's so pretty. Oh my god. Can we say makeup gasm? I'm just going to go back in with Makeup Geek Bitten. Just a little extra product on the brush. And just apply this in the crease a little bit more, or in the socket really. I'm just going to go ahead and start working on lashes and eyeliner, and it literally took me like 15 tries to apply these false lashes on this side, and they're not even stuck. Oh my god, they're not even stuck down my lash line. I don't know what the deal is, but I cannot win with false lashes. Like, the inner corner of my false lashes never wants to stay down. I don't know what the deal is. I've applied it literally 15 times. Hopefully you guys didn't notice it until I just pointed it out. So for eyeliner, I'm going to be using Makeup Geek Immortal, which is a jet black eyeliner. It's so long wearing. It's so creamy and pigmented. This will stay on seriously all night long, so you don't have to worry about it smudging or anything like that. I'm just going to apply it the way I normally do. I'm just going to start thinner on the inner corner and gradually get thicker. And I'm also going to do a wing. Oh my god, that's stupid. I'm going to have to switch out my tape. Gonna have to switch it out. I'm gonna have to go off camera to do it because I have to use my mirror over here. I can't see because I'm getting blinded right now. So I'm gonna go do my eyeliner, mascara, and false lashes off camera, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, I'm back with eyeliner and lashes on. So I'm gonna go in with my fluffy brush that I first started out with and creme brulee once again. And I'm just gonna start blending this along the lower lash line from the inner to the outer part. And I'm gonna go in with concealer and foundation, all that stuff later, so it's going to clean it up. So, you know, if you got it going down here, it's okay. And I do recommend doing your eyes before your face, especially on prom night. I do my eyes first all the time just because if I have any fallout, I can easily fix it and clean it back up, and I don't have to waste any product or go back in with any more. So now I'm going to go in with Cocoa Bear, pretty much the exact same order that I did on the upper lid. So going with the same fluffy brush that I used with it before, and just blend this pretty kind of in the outer part and stopping in the middle. But I'm keeping this one a little closer to the lash line. I'm going back in with Bitten and that same brush that I used before and getting a little bit. And I do have a paper towel here, which is a little quick tip. I have a paper towel here, and I just kind of like to tap my brush off before I actually go in and start blending it out, just to kind of tap off any of the excess so I don't have to spend a lot of time going like. So I'm just going to blend this from the outer part, and I'm going to blend this a little bit further than I did Cocoa Bear because I want this color to stand out a little bit more. Then last, I'm going to go with Mermaid, which is what I use to top the center of my eyelid. I'm just going to put this right in the center and kind of blending it inward a little bit just to kind of add that pop of color. So now I'm going to apply some eyeliner in the waterline. Once again, I'm going in with Makeup Geek Immortal, which is the ultimate waterline eyeliner. I'm going to go back in with that brush that I used for Bitten with no extra product and just blend really, really close to the lash line just to make sure that it's not too harsh of a line in the waterline. I'm going to go in with Makeup Geek Shimma Shimma, and I'm just going to apply this in the inner corner and kind of drag it ever so slightly inward on the lower lash line just to kind of brighten it up a little bit. And then I'm going to go in with a matte cream or white shade. And as usual, I'm going to use Wet n Wild's Brule. Just apply this right under the brow bone. And then since it's prom night, I'm going to kind of go out of my comfort zone a little bit. I'm going to go back in with Shimma Shimma and just a little bit on the brush and apply just such a tiny amount to the brow bone right under the arch of the brow. Just to kind of get that brightness and just a little bit of glitter. I'm going to go back in with the fluffy brush and just blend the crease a little bit. And then I'm going to apply my Rimmel Lash Accelerator Mascara to the lower lashes. And we will start on our face. Okay, so the eyes are done. Now it's time to get to the fun part. The face is always my favorite part of the process. So I'm going to go in with primer now. Like I said, I've already applied my moisturizer. And I'm going to go in with the NYX Angel Veil Primer. I've really been liking this lately. It's a really good pore filler, I think. As far as prolonging the wear of my foundation, I'm not sure how well it does that because I do wear pretty long wearing foundations to begin with, but I really like that it fills in my pores. And then once I have it all blended out on my face, I'm going to go back into the areas where my pores are larger because, I mean, let's face it, my face looks like the moon. For foundation, you obviously want something that's long wearing, but you also don't want something that's too heavy. So aside from showing you guys what I'm going to be applying and what I'm going to be wearing, I'm going to give you guys some alternatives. I feel like the biggest mistake that girls do at prom, which I did it too, is that you apply way too much face makeup and it just looks way too heavy and way too thick, especially in pictures, and then you end up just looking like a big old cake face in pictures. So my goal is to look as light and fresh as possible, but with full coverage and to keep it on all night long. So I'm going to be mixing two foundations together. I'm going to be using the Covergirl Ready Set Gorgeous Foundation and the Maybelline Dream Wonder Fluid Touch Foundation. These are probably my two favorite foundations, or at least they're in my top 5 for sure. But the Maybelline one isn't very long wearing, but I do love the finish and I love the coverage and I love how light and just airy it is on your skin. So I'm mixing it with the CoverGirl one because I do love the coverage and everything about this one as well, but this one is a lot longer wearing than this one, so mixing them together is perfect. And then another one is this is a Holy Grail foundation. This is the CoverGirl Outlast 3-in-1. It stays on really, really well. It's got extremely good coverage and it is lightweight. So I'm going to go ahead and start applying my foundation. I did apply both products on the back of my hand, and I am going to use a Real Techniques Miracle Sponge. I'm going to use the flat angled side to stipple this into my skin. I hope you guys are able to tell how beautiful of a finish and coverage that is on the skin. And this will literally stay on all day long, all night long. Every time I wear this combination, I get so many compliments on my skin. So for under eye concealer, I'm going to go in with Maybelline Master Conceal Camouflaging Concealer. This is an amazing concealer. It's full coverage. It's very, very long wearing. It doesn't cake up, and a little goes a long way. So I'm just going to dab this kind of in a triangle shape from the inner part of my eye down to the tip of my nose, like right there, and then going back up. But I'm not going to take it on the perimeter of my face right here because when you contour, you want to kind of bring your face inward and narrow it. So if you're highlighting this far out, it's just going to elongate your face and make it look a little bit wider. So I don't want to do that. So I'm stopping right about there at the corner of my eye. I'm going to apply a little bit of this in kind of like a T shape in the center of my forehead, going in between my brows, and then down the bridge of my nose. In pictures, highlighting and contouring is going to make such a big difference. I mean, you know how photography is. It really kind of whitens you out and makes you look one color. So you really want to add that depth and dimension back into your face for those times when you're going to be taking pictures and stuff. And then I'm just going to apply whatever's left over around my nose, because the nose is an area where naturally we all get pretty red because of, you know, hormone crap and stuff. So to set my under eye concealer, I'm going to go in with MAC Emphasize Powder, and I'm going to take that on an e.l.f. blush brush. This has become my favorite brush for setting my under eye area with powder. It's flat and it's tapered, so it really gets in there and it just packs it on really, really nicely. But I'm just going to apply that wherever I applied my concealer, just to set it and to brighten it up a little bit. So to set the rest of my face, I'm going to go with the NYX HD Finishing Powder in Translucent. The reason I chose this powder is because it is an HD powder, so it is going to photograph well in pictures and stuff. So now we're going to go in and highlight and contour, which is my favorite part of the process. I love working on the face. For bronzer, I'm going to go in with the Ulta Contour Kit. So I'm going to bronze with these two shades on the left side. And I'm going to use the e.l.f. Contouring Kabuki brush. If you guys have me on Instagram, you would have seen this brush already. I posted a picture about it maybe it was like a few weeks ago. This brush is absolutely amazing for bronzing. I'm keeping it above the hollows of the cheeks. And this is just going to help when you go in with the contour. Kind of helps, makes it more like blended and makes it less harsh. It makes it look a lot more natural. So I'm just going to apply this right there in the hollows and blending it upward on my cheeks. And apply it alongside my face right here next to the eyes, and then bringing it up towards my forehead. And I'm keeping this really, really close to the hairline. I'm also going to apply this to my jawline and blend it down a little bit so there's no line of demarcation or anything. And you really want to get a good bronzer, and you don't want to apply too much. You want to make sure you apply it in the right areas, because that was the biggest problem I had like my first year. I literally looked like I had fallen in a mud pit right before I came to prom. You want to make sure you apply it in the right places, and you want to apply a very little amount. Make sure you start out with a very small amount and build it up. I'm mainly focusing it right around here. And just applying a little bit right here because I don't want it to close up my face too much. So for contour, let's just take a second to rave about this product. This is the NYX HD blush in the shade Taupe. But here's what it looks like. It's a very cool tone, ashy, almost like a purpley taupe. It's absolutely perfect for contouring. And for the contour brush, I have a new love. I'm obsessed with it. This is the Sonia Kashuk. I guess this is just the contouring brush. Here's what it looks like. It is the perfect size. It's the perfect fluffiness. It's the perfect density. So I'm just going to get a little bit of that on the brush, and I'm just going to tap some on my paper towel. You want to contour it pretty much in the hollows of your cheeks. So where, like, here's your cheekbone, you want to go right underneath it where there is no bone. And if you can't figure it out, like if you don't have prominent cheekbones, just get a brush and lay it right on top of your ear going down towards your mouth. And that area right here where it's laying is where you want to contour. Like, I had pretty good cheekbones to begin with, so I can find mine pretty easily. But when I first started contouring, I did struggle a little bit, and it takes a little bit of practice. So make sure that you practice before prom. So I'm just going to take this really, really close to the hairline and the ear and just start wiggling it in a line going downward. And now I'm just going to zigzag it and wiggle it upwards like this. Now I'm going to turn my brush vertically like this and kind of blend it up a little bit so it helps blend it out. So now I'm just going to contour my nose a little bit. If you have a smaller nose, you don't have to do this. But I'm just going to contour just a little bit, ever so slightly, on both sides. I'm pretty much just going outside the bridge of the nose and then kind of rounding off the tip of my nose to make it a little less large. So for blush, I'm going to go in with another NYX product. This is the HD blush in Intuition. Once again, swatches are on my Instagram. But I'm going to take the Real Techniques blush brush, and you have to be really, really careful with this because it's, oh no, it broke. You have to be really, really careful with this because it is super pigmented. But I'm just going to apply this starting back towards my hairline and blending it down. And the reason I picked this blush is because it's a really nice, like, rosy mauve, and I think it kind of brings out the, like, maroon shade in our eyes. I just think it's a really nice universal color on any skin tone. So I'm not going in too far with this shade. Like, sometimes I put a little too much in the apples of my cheeks, but I'm starting back here and kind of going downward in a diagonal motion. And I'm not applying like anything directly to the apples of my cheeks, just because in pictures it'll kind of make your face look a little more, I think it makes my face look a little more rounded, like chipmunky. Okay, so for highlighter, this is the NYX Illuminator in Ritualistic. This is what it looks like. It's kind of like a white gold, and I found the absolute perfect brush for highlighter. This is a crown brush. I think this is called the Tapered Duo Fiber Blush Brush. I'm going to leave it below. It's literally the perfect highlighter brush. Like, it applies the perfect amount. It makes it look so dewy. Like, it makes every single highlighter I have look incredible. It's only like $10 on crownbrush.com, but it just picks up the absolute perfect amount of highlighter, and it's just amazing. And just apply that to the cheekbones, and it doesn't look like powdery or shimmery or anything. It just gives you a beautiful natural, like, dewy glow. And I think it's going to be so beautiful for any kind of skin tone. I'm just going to apply a little bit to the bridge of the nose. You guys don't have to do this if you have an oily face. You want to apply just a very small amount because in pictures it may look a little too oily or shiny. And then I'll apply whatever's left over on my Cupid's bow. And I'm not going in too far with it, like around my T-zone, because I don't want it to make me look oily or anything. And some alternatives if you don't have a chance to pick that up. e.l.f. Baked Highlighter in Moonlight Pearls, also very, very beautiful. And then the Hard Candy Tiki Bronzer. I'm just going to go with my blush brush with no extra product and just kind of blend out where I applied blush, just to kind of blend everything together. I'm going to go in with NYX Lip Liner in Mauve. I'm just going to go ahead and line my lips with this. And I'm also going to fill in my lips so it helps the lip color stay on longer. I'm going to go with my favorite lip color ever. I've been obsessed with this. This is the NYX Intense Butter Gloss in Très Leches. It's really, really long wearing as well. Plus it gives you that really nice shine. So I'm just going to apply that right on top. And last but not least, you definitely want to make sure you go in with a setting spray, because you want that to, you want all your work to stay put. You know, you don't want it to be sliding off your face and, you know, sweating off. And my favorite setting spray is the L'Oreal Infallible one. This stuff is amazing and it's at the drugstore. So that is it for this prom makeup look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you decide to recreate it, make sure you tag me on Instagram at The Glamour Index. So thank you guys so much for watching, hanging out with me today. Thumbs up if you like this video, subscribe, and I hope you guys have a beautiful day and an awesome prom.